Hey, I thought I had us in there. Hi, everyone. It's so
Hi.
good to see you. Let me see if we can't get each other this way. So as you know, I have my little background because we're going to be playing in the stars. I hope there's no feedback. I couldn't get my ear headphones to work. Doggone it. Hey, tonight's going to be special. We're doing a fundraiser. And Lalit doesn't know I'm doing this, by the way. So just hide. You can hide. I'd like to do a fundraiser tonight for our Lalit because she needs equipment, terribly bad, sooner than she can tolerate. So that's what we're going to do. And I did look to make sure I got everything right on, let's see. Somebody is asking me. Nope, I didn't get the text on that, but it is on Venmo. Any little thing will help. She has her phone next to her, so she'll get notified when someone donates, and when they donate, you're going to be popped up to the front of the class.
I put it on Do Not Disturb. Does that mean I won't see it? Do I need to take it off of Do Not Disturb?
I don't know, but what you could do is
just to turn the volume off.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
do
what
that.
We could try to do.
My son or my ex-husband always call me during the show. They never call me.
You answer it this time, and we'll all say hi and embarrass Oh my goodness, I've been working so hard today on my book. It has taken me 3 days just to halfway get through the edit and the third chapter. I can't believe it. Let me say hello to people. Ness, you are the first one in tonight, so you get a cookie. And then SR, hello, sweetheart. We missed you last week. Sherry, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. Really appreciate that. The great Sherry, Voices from the Swamp. I think you'll be participating in Psychothron or whatever that is. It's a fundraiser for the Kamala Harris. It's going to be a 12 hours nonstop psychic thing. So we're going to be doing a lot of readings. I'll send out an announcement on that. And we've got CJ, Joyful Journey. Hello. Charlie and Donna. Whoops, Donna O'Brien. Marby, thank you so much for coming. Rose. Hello, Rose. I do have, and Warrior Girl 113. That is a good number. Fatima. Mary. Shockwave. All my favorites. Jan is here. I love it. Cynthia, Dream River. You know what? I got something to say. Someone that's here had pre-ordered my book, Decode Tarot, and she got it today. It's not supposed to even be available until the 28th, but here she got it. She sent me a wonderful picture of it. It was just wonderful. And I just couldn't, it kind of got me off base today because I didn't expect it, and blessings came through. So it can happen. So yes, that's right. Yes. And she texted me the picture. I should have queued it up. She texted me the picture. It was laying right on her table with all her crystals. And the text said, "It's here." I thought that was so neat. Oh my gosh. I'm over the moon. So thank you, Dreamweaver, for doing that. You made my day today. So what I'm going to do, I do have the giveaway tool queued up. And so we're going to, unless you donate, we will, excuse me. Now, if you do decide to donate, if you wanted to do a super sticker or a super chat, I'll make sure she gets that donation, but I'll be able to see those in the chat. the ones that you send to her through Venmo won't I won't see those. Maybe she might miss it too. So if you wouldn't mind putting it in the chat that you donated, you're going to go right to the top. So Lalit, sorry to spring that on you.
Oh, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful, and I thank you so much. You know, guys, last week I felt so terrible when I couldn't get my computer running, and so one week I had my laptop out, and then fixing that, then the main system went down. The good news is everything's fixed, and everything's running smooth. Everything's perfect. I have been so busy working on it though that I haven't even looked at my email all week.
That's okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, I haven't been able to. So I am really happy now, and I've got everything working. So I'm going to get on the ball with all your emails and all of the things I need to send you.
That's so
this weekend. I'm going to be so happy to be able to do it, and it's going to be exciting. I mean, it's been awesome. Thank you for being patient with me, and thank God. When your Mercury is retrograde, you know the good news is it doesn't stay long. It does not, unlike Pluto, which can be there for years on you. You know, oh man, you think you're going to die, but Mercury's okay now, and we have a good prognosis for the week. Are we ready to jump into it?
Yes, I'm going to slip in the back now. I don't know. I have one thing to say. Someone, sorry, I got to get my girls on here. Someone here put hashtag Lalit, and it's lowercase. And I don't know if I always have capital letters. And so maybe you should retype that in there, hashtag Lalit, big capital letters. So what will happen is that we'll go into the giveaway tool. And when you hear your name, then we'll keep looking at the chat to see what your question is. It can be anything. Okay, so yes, dear.
Let me ask your opinion. I am not going to be talking too long, and it won't be too gobbledygook. You know, keep it to plain English. But I did type things out in case people wanted to write things down, and they could do a screenshot or something, so it would look like this. If I we're going to go from a little bit of the astrology to the explanation. And to me, do you like that typed out little calendar so it shows the days?
That might work because people can take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Or screenshot on their phone even.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And when you're full screen, it'll be great. So
I won't have it on there all the time, but I'll say, okay, here's a screenshot, here's the text so you can follow along, so that
right.
And
all right.
Awesome. All right.
Bye.
So we had the start of eclipse season. Boy, that was a humdinger, wasn't that? That was really something. It was so powerful for me. I hope you all were basking in that influence. It was very intense, and sometimes the manifesting is not always exactly what we want, but we're getting buckets of it, So let's jump into the prognosis for what's happening this week. So I'm going to just first show you a little bit of the chart. And this is, oops. Okay, thank you, Deborah. That looks great. Okay, so you'll notice a red triangle, very pointy kind of triangle. We're going to talk about that red triangle that you see there, because that is something very intense called the finger of God. It's a very unusual formation, and this is very intense. And it has at the apex, at the little pointy thing of it, so that's the upper right-hand corner, Venus is circled in green. So Venus is the center of all the formations, and we're going to talk about that a lot. Venus is now going into a square with Pluto. That's that little orange line right across the top, from Venus on the right to Pluto in the left. And I'm going to go back to the screen so you see me. Venus with Pluto is a bit of a it's a little bit hard to explain, but I think a couple of images that we can bring out that are kind of seedy but really intense images that you will have maybe heard things in the news. This would be a Venus square Pluto sort of thing in the lower vibrational energy. Pluto, is underworld. It governs the mafia. It governs like enslavement, imprisonment, things like that, and even the underworld. And Venus, of course, is relationships and love. So put those two in a kind of combative, angular square relationship. It's going to be very edgy. So two things that you saw in the news that would be of this evocative of the lower part of this vibration is you have the arrest of P. Diddy with all of that thing that was, we won't go into any of those details, but they were, really, really seedy and horrible. And if he's just been arrested and we don't know if he'll be convicted or not, but if he is, that's like really serious. And the other thing was why at this point did Melania Trump come out and start discussing her nude photos after all these years? These are the two things that Venus and Pluto together might be evocative of in the negative sense. In the more positive sense, this could be karmic relationships of a very deep and spiritual bond, the eternal flame. So it could, the opposite, they're extreme, opposite polar ends, right? So it could be the soul, your soul partner, and it could be very deep and wonderful things too. I'm going to show the screen one little bit of the planets again, so you see the other things that are involved. So Venus and Pluto are entering the square, and Venus is also in a relationship with Neptune and Uranus. That is the finger of God aspect. Neptune, those are the red triangle that you see between Venus, Neptune, and Uranus. Venus is in Libra, Neptune is in Pisces, and Uranus is in, it's still in, it's retrograde. Yes, it's in Taurus. So what this is showing that with Uranus, there's instability, or could be sudden changes of things that are unexpected. And with Venus involves arts, also creativity. So it's not just sexual energy, but it's creative energy of any type. So it could be a sexual creative relationship or with your children, but it could be Debra's child is her book right now. So it's a creative thing that she's involved in. I'm working on doing a music channel for music for kids on YouTube, and so these are creative endeavors that would be unusual, new, and she had a surprise. She after all this time, suddenly it happened, and it was a breakthrough. Uranus is the planet of breakthrough and surprise and unusual things. And it's very creative. And usually with Neptune can involve inspiration on a very spiritual plane. So these few days here, while Venus is in this aspect, the finger of God is showing adjustment. So we're kind of feeling like there's things to do, and the sand underneath you is like quicksand a little bit, and things are moving, and your little uncertainties and instability, and yet your inspiration is very high. So your intuition, your connection with source is right there. You are in touch with the God force, but everything is a little unsettling. So with Uranus and Neptune, it can lead you to maybe a little bit of confusion or uncertainty, wondering, and so this is the time for really soul searching and really deep meditation and thinking very hard about your goals, your aspirations and things for other reasons also. So that's the breakdown. Let's see, there's one other thing. The sun is in relationship with Pluto also, and those are both earth signs, Capricorn and Virgo. So there's some practical, so it's the combination of practical manifestation and connection with source, both of the above. So it's really a very intense and wonderful thing. And I'm going to show you the little thing I typed out so you can see this is true today. Venus is in its home sign Libra, a finger of God. Neptune is in Pisces and Uranus in Taurus. So and Pluto is in Capricorn trying the sun in Virgo. So this is happening now. And we just had the eclipse, which involved the Pisces Virgo aspect, right? We just had that. And now we're between eclipses because eclipses come in a season. They happen in sequence and they're related to each other. And when you're right in the middle, after one and before the next one, it's a very powerful moment with energies just flying around very intensely. And it's that's where we are now. So we're coming out of the Pisces Virgo axis into the eclipse that's coming up, which will be the Libra Aries axis. And everything is shifting toward Venus and Libra right now. And I'm going to call these energies up so you'll see the dates that all of this is happening. You're already feeling the influence of that change. Wow. I am seeing that I'm not able to scroll. There it is. Okay. My mouse is broken and the scrolling button is not working. So that's a little bit of a problem. There we go. So we're between eclipses, which is powerful. This eclipse that's coming up is going to be October 2nd. So we're going to be talking about that next week. So stay tuned because you're going to definitely learn some things about next week is going to be a big show. So September 22nd, mark your calendars for this. Venus will change sign out of Libra, its home sign, into Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and Venus is in a relationship with Mars. Mars is right now in a water sign, Cancer. Now, when I wrote here, when a planet is in the home sign of another, what does that mean? Venus is now entering Mars sign because Mars is the ruler of Scorpio. So Venus is now entering the sign of Mars. That's called reception. And that gives the Mars planet a little bit less edgy, a little bit less masculine and aggressive, and not so much the warrior aspect, but the peacemaker aspect of Venus. So it's a combination or a melding, let's say a mind meld of the Mars, masculine, Venus, feminine, the watery compared to the fiery, and it's working together. So these, I'm saying, I wrote here, Venus will be showing some signs of uncharacteristic passion. Fiery elements of Mars together with Venus. So melding of the Mars-Venus thing. I wrote here, the word came to me transgender because it's sort of ambiguous, combining the masculine, feminine elements together. And so with Neptune and Uranus, things are unconventional energy. And doesn't mean it's trine would normally people think of it as being good and smooth, but a trine is actually more, I'm going to flash over to my face. A trine can be the flow freely of energy. Today, on my way home from teaching, I ran into a flash flood here in Las Vegas. I haven't had my windshield wipers on in 6 or 7 months, and they're not working around it. It was just flooding like crazy on the freeway. I'm going, oh my I can't see. So it could be that a bit of too much energy. If the energy is really strong, it doesn't mean that it's just smooth and easy. And it could be like a, tidal wave of energy coming at you. So this is we're in between the two eclipses, and you're going to be feeling a lot of energy. And it's an opportunity. Okay, so you got to ride the wave here. You got to ride the wave. Let me pull this, see if I can get my broken mouse working. I got to get a new one. So Mercury is everything is changing sign. Venus goes into Scorpio. The sun goes into Libra. All of that is on the 22nd. And on the 26th, Mercury also enters Libra. So in these days coming up, I mean, we're feeling it now. All the main planets, everyone's switching sign. And, Pluto's getting ready to go back into Aquarius. So this is a big shift of things will feel different. I got some typos here on the screen. So notice that Mercury and Venus are always close to the sun because they're the inner planets. So they're always close. Let's see. Let me move down to where we are. Here we are. So sorry about having to scroll like that. My mouse is not working. So Mercury is going to be changing on the 26th into Libra. Now this is really good time for you, Deborah, and your book. This is fantastically. These days here are just wonderful. So we're shifting now into the Libra Aries axis, which is where our next eclipse is happening. So we are transitioning, and this is the eclipse window. So we're shifting into the new eclipse. You remember in school how you had the Venn diagram? You have one little circle, and then you have the other circle, and then there's a place in the middle where there might be intersecting. So we have the two eclipses intersecting in that middle part, and we're right in that middle part now. We left the first eclipse. We're not in the second one yet, but we're in that middle intersection part, and the energies are very strong, and you're feeling it. And it's so it's not just you. And it's kind of a mysterious situation because the nature of an eclipse is, if you think about it, the luminary, either the sun or the moon, enters a shadow and the light goes away. And so it's kind of like, oh, who turned out the light? What's going on? So this is causing you to look inside, introspection, because it is a time of change. And these changes are very important. And guess what? We had an eclipse a year ago that this is like resolving what started a year ago. So everybody think back hard. What did happen to you a year ago that you were working on, and decisions that you made? Things are coming to fruition now from that period. So the things that you decide and the things that you set your mind on, and we always have free will. Whatever you're thinking at this time is more powerful than at other times, if that makes sense to you. And so this is a time for introspection and soul searching. I wrote there, and I ask you to think back about a year ago. What happened? I'm sorry, the screen jumped like that. So we are all changing, and so is Gaia. The Earth is changing big, and remember that this is this big cycle of Pluto entering Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius, which is a 2,000-year cycle, is a big change, and the Earth is feeling it also. So do grounding, and if you can do grounding, get your feet in the grass or whatever you can do to be doing grounding is really important in these days. And next week, we're going to discuss the new eclipse at time. Next week is going to be really important. I wrote, so same bat time, same bat station. Be sure to tune in because you're going to next week get a lot of useful information for the upcoming eclipse, which will be October the 2nd. And
Is
that's
that the end, or
the
is there more?
end. Bing, bing.
Well, I wanted to catch you because somebody, Warrior Girl, had a question. Said the finger of God you're referring to is
Yes.
Yod.
Yod. Yes. I was going to say that word and I didn't say it, but that is the Yod. Yes. So Venus is at the apex up in the upper right corner. Neptune in the to the left, and then Uranus down at the bottom. Those are the three planets that are forming the Yod. That means this. What that is Venus is making a quincunx 150 degrees to Neptune, and another 150 degrees to Uranus, and that is a sign of, the key word for that is adjustment. And it involves the things that we were talking about, of the Venus energies, the sexual creative energy and relationships, Neptune being very spiritual, Uranus being the planet of change. So you can expect some unexpected things. And your dream life, this is a wonderful time for dream life, astral traveling, and do set your intentions, because this is a very powerful time. Yes, that is the Yod, the finger of God. Very, very, very intense thing.
Okay, we've got some more questions. Just a moment. Yeah, Yod equals adjustment. And what does it mean if someone has two?
If you have two of them, oh boy. Well, you have a very strong, let's say the contract that you made up before you came here is extreme. So you would have made some plans for what you wanted to accomplish and the lessons you wanted to learn. Wow, you really set yourself up big time. You said, oh, I can do that. Now maybe you're not so sure. But you know, when things happen in life that you're saying, what is this? Always ask yourself, what is the lesson that I'm supposed to be learning in this? What is the lesson? And really do deep searching. But if you've got two of those,
she's a pro. That adjustment stuff.
You're a trapeze artist, and
Yay.
you're those circus performers that are on the little there's a barrel, and they have a seesaw, and they got one leg on either side of the barrel. That's sort of like what your life is kind of like. So what
I
can
love
I
that.
say? Meditate, get extra sleep. I'm working on a lot of hypnosis tapes, or entering into a trance state, to be calm, trance state where you are receptive to those energies, so then you will get clarity of what the heck is going on. That otherwise, it's hard to see rationally. You're not going to see it. As Einstein said, you'll never solve a problem from the same place where the problem happened. You have to remove yourself from the problem. So get into it. Trance state and deep meditation, a dream state, and
all that good stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Extra sleep.
So I have a couple of prayers coming out here. I'd like you to join me here. I was recovering from Jen, breast surgery, cancer surgery, and preparing for radiation. Life is so much better now. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jen, for that beautiful. And thank you for, I recognize the struggle. And it's tough. It really is tough. Now here is Charlie, recovering from lung cancer surgery. Slow healing. God bless. Miracles, miracles. Now, I just a little plug. I think it's tomorrow with Scott's show. We are going to be discussing miracles, or things that have coincidences, divine intervention, different stories like that. We invite you to join us there. I'll put it on in my community page.
Jen, may I say just a personal, affirmation of what you said. I had a hysterectomy, and like painful and everything. But I said, wow, why didn't I do this years ago? I feel so much better now, and life is so much better. So I think that the same. God bless you. I'm sure that you're going to be feeling that big relief. Life is starting anew, and that Uranus energy that we're talking about is really a rebirth, and the Pluto is a rebirth and a new start. So God bless you, and all of you who are having the cancer surgeries and all of these are Linda G always talks about how she got her real start in her profession because of the breast cancer. So these things can be a ticket for you to move into a new plane, new level of
And
consciousness.
you know what I think helps with that? Because you say, oh, hell no. Right? You say, no, 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 no. We're going to take a stand on this one. We're going to live and teach everyone else how to do the same. Tarot Ask Backwards is here. Thank you for joining me, my friend. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and reverse is the history of abuse. Absolutely. And yes, meditation helps for sure. So we had a few donations. I don't know if your phone said anything, but we're going to take those first.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I
That's all right.
cannot. Wow.
So Marby sent directly to you, and SR sent to me to give to you. So we're going to go to Marby first. And Marby, if you don't mind,
Wow.
would you mind giving me your question? And we'll just go ahead and dive into that. That's so generous. Thank you so much. Anything
Thank you.
Yeah. I got to give you a new mouse.
Yeah. The scrolling part doesn't work. I got to get a new mouse. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, Jen. Yeah, Jen was saying life started anew this past May, and this summer has brought me a higher vibration. I embrace the changes that are coming. Absolutely. And I do what I need to, whatever is required to keep me at this same place. Yes. So I need, did I miss, Marby, did I miss your chat? Maybe I didn't miss your question yet. Maybe you had to walk away. Hey, the next one, I'll just go to the next one, which is SR. Thank you so much, SR, sweetheart. And if I can have your, oh, Marby, what? No reading for me, thank you. That's just a pure donation. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Appreciate that. SR, if I can have your question, we'll start on that. And then after that, we are going to use the giveaway tool. My favorite thing. Oh, Marby, you really moved me. And so I'm just waiting for SR. So when I call your name, or when your name comes up and the confetti is flying, go ahead and just have in mind what you're going to ask, and put it in the post the chat in the comments as soon as you can. And then if you're a little slow in that, that's all right. I'll just choose another one, and then we'll get back to you. And so, not that you're going to miss it or anything. So here it is. Question for SR. Lalit and Debra, please tell me how Pratik is with us and the opportunity for a trip on Monday. Is it a go for us? I'll get my cards. Oh, got another super chat. I've got you starred, sweetheart. You are in. So get your question down, Chi. Yeah. Get your question in so we can get to that. So as you know, I do the yes, no, and it'll tell me why it's yes or no. And I did get a yes. So it looks like I've got the 6 of Wands. It's going to be great. It's going to be unconventional. This is the interesting thing. Okay, so how do I explain this? So however you have the idea of how it's going to unfold, you have to let go of that expectation, because it's going to be reversed emperor, which means just a little bit different than what you think. It's going to get you off balance a bit. I do have the 3 of Swords. It doesn't mean he's going to break your heart at all. What it means is it's connected to that reversed emperor. You'll be a little disappointed if you keep your idea of how it would go or hopefully go. Because it just stay loose with it. It's easy for me to say, stay loose, but it's really true. That's the best way to, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good time.
I would just say yes to what Debra said, but expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Don't think that you're going to know what's going to happen because you're not. So roll with it. Be open-minded. There will be avenues presented to you that that will bring you things that you would be happy with, but it may not be what you were thinking. So put out of your mind any preconceived notions, because the Uranus factor, which is the unexpected and the unknown and the things that you said, wow, I wasn't expecting that. So be prepared for a surprise.
I like that. It's easy for us to say, stay loose.
No, that's one thing to say it, and the other is to do it.
Yeah.
So just say.
I love that. Okay, SR, thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one. And the next one is Chi. She donated with a super sticker. Thank you so much. And we've got general reading. I like those. You know I like those. And those of you, all of those tarot readers that don't like the generals, I love the generals, because it gives spirit a chance to talk. And so, as you know, the very first card out is going to be my topic. And the topic is swords. It doesn't necessarily mean that this little guy is for your reading. Because my intention, the 4 corners of this question, is what suit or what topic am I going to address? And it's going to be your thoughts. So Spirit is going to address your thoughts. And it looks like some stinking thinking again. Oh my gosh. So reverse devil. And since we're talking about thoughts, I'm just going to say it. Rumination. And all of a sudden, because it's reversed, I'm thinking, oh, it must be from long ago, right? I shouldn't have said that at the party when I was 16. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of that lately. I do have the 9 of Swords, but it is reversed, which is nice, because it tells me that you're coming away from kind of a hard time. And sometimes the residue of that may be challenging thinking, challenging thoughts. The residue of that will have you saying, oh, I shouldn't have done that when I was 16 at the party, that kind of thing. So I do have a beautiful, beautiful woman here, the Queen of Pentacles around you, that will help ground you, and also the 4 of Cups reversed. Upright is like indifference. You're just not focusing on anything. Reverse, you're focusing on something. So it looks like the next week coming up, you're going to have an idea, swords, an idea to share something new or to create something new, because now I'm going to say, well, we had the page. And they always bring in something brand new that you are able to look through as with a novice heart. So I'll bless you and leave you with that.
So I would say, Chi, I don't have your personal information, but this ties in with what we were saying about the next few days, because there's something I didn't mention that I wanted to, and you brought it up. We did mention that all the planets are going to be moving into Libra, that Libra is going to be the new thing. This in astrology, this would be the equivalent of swords, the thought realm, and thought in particular in relationships. And it's the sun, which I'm pointing at in the chart, but is circled, is right next to the south node. The south node is looking to the past, things that are sometimes to go forward. We need to release the things from the past, and that looks like the message for you. The south node, you want to be looking forward, so you need to let go of some things that no longer serve you. Here we go. Gee.
Yeah, that's great. We did get a donation, sweet donation. I received it for you, and I'll send it to you after the show, from Cynthia. And so now
Cynthia, sweetheart,
yes,
thank you, bless you.
and so we get to have a question from Cynthia. And we'll just wait for that. This is great. What does 1/7 mean, Chi? 1/7, is that your birth month and day? In our members only, we learned, I taught the whole class. I mean, not the whole class, I taught it, but it was all about personal year numbers. And I was excited because I started and I finished it in one video because, I can jibber jabber. So, yeah, okay. Okay, Ness, we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. Here we go. I'm going to put the wheel in here. And then, but we do need to do Cynthia. You're having those tones come out. Is that so we can meditate? Stop it.
That's me. I'm trying to close the program so I can get to Cynthia on the other program, and it's not allowing me. Sorry. I'm just going back and forth.
So we've got reversed. Thank you so much. A super sticker here for Lalit. Reversed images. Thank you so much. Go ahead and write your question in. And then you can put it in. I just don't want to lose anyone. So Nas, will you help me not lose anyone like I did? Like I did this. Did I tell you? She told me, maybe it was last time. She says I picked her. Oh, General. I picked her name on the Pick Me tool, and and I didn't give her a reading. I was all excited that she was chosen. So she would like a general reading. So reversed images, yes. I love general readings. You will be surprised, all of you. You'll be surprised how many people tarotists. There we are. You gotta stop that, or else I'll get a ding. Don't like generals. Let me see. The very first. Oh, okay. Reversed. The first card out is the Empress, which is all things Mother Earth, all things feminine. So this also means options, that there'll be a lot of different options available to you. And also it means that whatever you have started will multiply, because it's like for pregnancy and everything. Oh, am I missing voices? Sherry? Thank you, Nas. I do have the Fool card, the second major card. So you're in a pathway of goodwill there. Another Fool card. Remember, the Fool is in the deck to. It's a message from Spirit that says, I've got a blessing queuing up for you, and I'm not going to tell you a thing about what it is. I'm not going to tell Deb what it is so she could tell you. Not at all, because you need to look at it with surprise, delight, just like a novice heart. The next one is also a major card. I did shuffle this deck, and it's the High Priestess. So you can't get loftier than the High Priestess. I got to tell you, very, very, very deep spiritual card. That'll give you a lot of information. And the next one is, I have to do another one, and it's the Hierophant. Girl, every one of these is a major card. The Hierophant is, it came in reverse, so it's like, it's traditional religion, but it came in reverse. So what that means is that it's more spiritual, but you take the principles and the discipline that man-made religion gives you and move it into that, especially with the High Priestess there. It's like you're going to create a new language for whatever you're bringing down. Congratulations. This is going to be a big week for you. Very big week.
Deborah, were you talking to Cynthia just then while I was so busy setting up?
I'm talking to reverse images.
Okay.
Because Cynthia, I haven't seen Cynthia's question yet. So, oh, Sherry did. Oh, thank you, Sherry. At the beginning of the show. Holy cow. So sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have a question, my dear? I'd love to read for you. Might not have a question. Cynthia might not have a question as either. Okay. So what I'm going to do is pull in the Pick Me tool.
While you're doing that, can I say something to Cynthia?
Sure.
Cynthia, this is Cynthia. Your chart here is showing those points that we were showing of Venus, Yod, the finger of God, the 27 degrees of Venus is sitting on your Neptune, 28 degrees of Libra, exactly on top of it. Furthermore, Pluto in transit of today is sitting exactly on top of your sun. So this is everything that we said about all of the things that we said about the meaning of this eclipse and the next week is 1,000-fold more true for you, because they're hitting you exactly on your natal degrees. So it's very intense moment, and it could be a moment of great healing for you, healing energy and psychic development, like up the wazoo. The possibilities for you are endless. It's something very, very, very powerful for you. So this is an amazing time. You're going to look back at this and say, wow, that was really something, and it'd be affecting you for the rest of your life in a really transformative way. Very, very major.
Cynthia showed up. She says she doesn't have a question. It's just a goodwill, beautiful donation. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And then Sherry, who donated at the top of the hour, and I missed it, so I'm really glad you came in. She would like a general reading. And what we do here, Sherry, is that if you send your birth information to Lalit, she is going to do your chart and then send you a packet of information aligned to you. And well, how long do you go out? You go out like for several weeks, don't you? And then
me? Are you asking me? Do I
yeah,
go out? What do you mean go out?
you in your packet that you sent
The projected into the future.
projections.
Okay. Yes, I would give you transits for at least for 1 month. But
Awesome.
you do send it to my email, astrology vibrations
Right.
at gmail.com, and with your date of birth, time and place. 3 things: date, time, and place. If you don't know any of those, you need to be specific and say that date, time, and place. And I will be doing that this weekend, so send it to me.
So also that's at no charge, but then what happens is that she'll have you in her computer, and ideally you have to give her your stage name, Sherry Voices from the Swamp, and then your real name. And she's going to put you under the stage name, so when we're in the show, it's easy to find you. So general reading here. So it looks like what's interesting is I've got swords again. 3 of Swords. So I know we're talking about thoughts. I have got the King of Wands reverse, which might be someone that's a block and restriction, or someone you have to, because of the next card I'm going to show you, it tells me that it's not a block and restriction as much as it is a defending your ground. Don't give in. And it looks like it'll give you a measured amount, a fair amount of freedom. 8 of Swords reversed means you are free from something that's kind of kept you. And you know what? We have a lot of things we have in our mind, and they're unspoken not expectations, but you assume an obligation because you are a mom or an advisor or you're a boss, or and so you feel obligated to do something at a certain time. Whoops, got to bring her back. And I think it's something like that, because it's swords is the topic. I do have the relief from 5 of Swords is arguing, direct arguing. This is the difference between the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is low-level bickering and gossip that just erodes someone's good happy day. And the 5 of Swords is more direct, because you're looking at swords, your thoughts, it's like you're sharp. You're really sharp at it. Good news is that it comes in reversed, along with the reversed 8 of Swords, which tells me whatever is coming up for you, you're going to have the right combination of words to say whatever you need to say, and find some real balance. Now, the last card on this, luckily, is the reversed 7 of Cups. The upright 7 of Cups says, a lot of times says, you got your head in the clouds, you have a lot of options and not all those options or ideas are based on reality. When it's reversed, it's like your feet are on the ground and you're no longer in that fight or flight kind of thing. So it looks like, don't worry a thing about what's coming up if this seems a little bit overwhelming, because whatever comes your way is going to be right combination of words, and you are no longer going to feel obligated to that person. So bravo on that one.
It's so interesting how the cards and the astrology are different languages with the same meaning. So your Seven of Cups is the Neptune influence that we were talking about. That
Oh,
could be confusion or not clarity, and so you need to have the grounding influence. And it's exactly what you were saying. So
yeah.
Neptune, Seven of Cups.
So, the Seven of Cups, that energy is pure creativity.
Creativity.
Creativity. You go out
Yeah.
there and you think of the absurd and you
Mhm.
see how you can put the absurd in it. But if you're going to make any decisions, you have to decide, what car to buy or when to, whatever. You need to run your idea. Don't stop the seven, but you need to run your ideas of your next steps by someone else to keep it safe. You say, I'm going to run this past you. Tell me what you think, just to make sure. Bless you and leave you with that. Thank you, Sherry, for coming in. You're so sweet.
Neptune rules the movie industry and also dream world. Sometimes I have this weird thing about I've always been a lucid dreamer, and sometimes just I don't watch movies much because I don't have time. So sometimes I'm dreaming and I'm making a movie and I'm saying, well, no, I don't think I like that outcome. Let's switch it. Like you rewrite the script a little bit.
I love that. Yeah, that's off. That's what you do. That's what you do. Now, with reversed images, she says, gave the hope I needed. I have so much I want people to understand and receive joy from, because we've been through, with all we've been through. It can be magic. Maybe a clue. I love that. I think that's a poem. Oh, really? Just found you. Yay! Catherine. So
Welcome,
nice to
Catherine.
hear. Now, did I miss anyone, Ness? Oh, yes, Sherry. She needs the date of birth, birth date,
time, and place.
mm-hmm. And both names.
If you don't know, so screen name. So when I see you on the screen, I'll know how to find you in the database. If you don't know your time, specify that.
They're talking about seeing the stars with binoculars. You know what I do? I go for one of those binoculars that you can see at night, so I can find the UFOs.
You have a night vision binocular?
Yeah, I loaned it out to a shaman and haven't seen it since.
Will you loan it to me when you get it back?
Well, I'll call my shaman and say, give me
right
that back.
here at Area 51.
You're at Area 51. You're going to see a lot of UFOs. Oh, yes, absolutely. So we are coming to the end, but I'd like to do at least one draw for us and do one last reading. We really appreciate all of you donating to Lalit's cause, which means getting her a mouse, getting her electronics.
My cats are saying, "Oh, a mouse! We get a mouse."
Whoop, whoop.
Both of them are lying here. Hey, everybody! Don't remember the eclipse next. You've got to tune in next week for all of the good stuff about the coming eclipse.
Absolutely. Hold on just a second. Okay, here we go. Hashtag Lalit. Let's see what goes on. Mine is in there.
Woo, look at that.
Yes. Cool. Shockwave 4 to 3. Shockwave. And now we have to stay here until all the confetti's gone because it feels so good over your head. Shockwave.
Wow, I got chills with that.
It's fun. It's so fun to do this. So, Shockwave, do you have a question you want to throw in? If not, I'll give you a general. I really appreciate all the support you give us. This community is so awesome.
I missed you last week when my computer wouldn't turn on. I was so sad. I missed you. It was terrible. So I'm really glad to be back in the game here.
Oh, I know. We can't go too long with it. We can't do two weeks in a row without our Lalit.
Need my fix.
I am going to Chakra, will my family finally come together? So I'm going to reframe that because we have to put a time limit on it. You don't ever say, will I ever be married? Get married. You know, you don't want to say that. So I am going to put the time frame of the rest of the year, let's say, into the holiday season. Let's say that. And the answer is, drum roll, yes, actually, but a few bumpies. I'll tell you why. So pride is getting in the way of some of your family members. I'll put it on this one so you can see it. Pride is the 6 of Wands. And some of the people in your family feel, how do I say this? The others have taken something from them. This is the 7 of Wands. That, you know, somebody's taken, but they haven't walked away. This is the 8 of Cups reversed. 8 of Cups upright means they just leave you alone. You never hear from them again. But reversed means they're not gone. Also, this is very interesting. Reversed 5 of Wands, just talked about that. The 5 of Wands is that low-level bickering and gossip that's so corrosive. It looks like there's going to be a respite from that. And I think people in your family have these, what do you call it? Not regrets, but resentments or something. You know, when you were 6 years old, you took my ice cream and I never forgave you, kind of stuff. But I do see the 6 of Cups upright, which means the family it looks like it will be coming together. And you may want to re-listen to this. This is, I don't mean this egotistically, but the words and the story Spirit just told you is important for you to be able to say a little bit around. So when the family comes together and someone takes you aside and says, you know, I've never liked my brother because of ABC, you'll be able to find the words you need to be able to say at that moment to prompt illumination. You know, your brother didn't get out of bed to piss you off, just didn't. You know, so you can move the conversation in a way that will get everyone back on the same page and remind them that they're acting foolish. Shockwave here. Main family members have passed away, so it's just the younger generation that could help. But I really love that you're going to have family this week, this holiday. Oh my gosh, this has been so fun. And I thank you for the support. I will see that Lalit gets everything I was sent and the super stickers and all of that stuff. And we really, really, really love you. And we're going to see you next week, Friday.
Big Eclipse report. Don't miss out.
What did you say? It was the
news
same
you can lose. Same
same
bad time, same bad channel.
Oh my God, I love that so much. All right. I love you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Love you.